Okay. So, this is Scott and Matt from the Great Lakes Game Library here to show off top line hockey and do a quick little scrimmage and rule review. So, the two of us opted to take two teams from the CCHA this year, Michigan Tech, our alma mater, and Matt's going to bravely soldier forth with the Northern Michigan Wildcats. We're using ratings based off of the way we calculated them from the book, using the 2025-2026 season. And then for some extra fun, we decided to add in our lines of skaters from these teams. So there are a number of different ways you can get these stats. We could have done point buy, where we each had $100 to spend, or you could use the skaters themselves to figure out, what your offense and defense are. But we opted to go with real world teams. So in Universal Hockey, you have offense, defense, discipline, goaltending, and fighting are your stats. Each of them range from 1 to 5. And for offense, defense, and goaltending, that all comes up over here on this table, with 5 being, you're going to get more great chances, you're going to get more flurries of shots, and 1 being more, breakdowns and stuff like that. And then for fighting, that's just a straight modifier to a d6 roll. And for discipline, it shows up in, how well you can land big hits against your opponent. So really high, you start getting breakaways. Really low, you get more penalties. But first things first, after we put together our teams, we're going to choose game plans. So this is one of the strategic decisions that a coach has to make, is how they're going to utilize their team. And this is something you can't really change it on the fly. You either got to use your timeout or wait for an intermission. So if you think you chose the wrong one, that's what you got to do. You'll notice that 2 of these, Own the Rink and Shook, these only happen after a fight. Set the Tone is you're going to choose a fight. There are some minor ones, like additional bonuses on your face-off, so you get the puck more, better discipline. Most of them have to do with changing your offense and defense, and some of them with whether or not you're going to grant your opponent a little bit extra defense or offense for getting a bonus yourself, or whether or not you're going to do that as a trade-off. So, Matt, have you you have an idea of what you're going to want to do?
Oh yeah. I think you
Oh
already have a
no,
good idea.
we're gonna do the classic Northern Michigan thing.
We're gonna
Okay,
set the tone, baby.
so all right, so I'm gonna actually try to play hockey here. We're gonna go with pucks on net, which is sort of basically the equivalent of like an overload strategy. So increase my own offense a little bit, but give your defense more time to like trap in. So that's a +1 to my offense, plus 1 to your defense. And then if you want to put in here your set the tone
Hold on, give me a second.
in game plan.
Yep.
As always with our games, these spreadsheets, which we've been spending more time learning how to make, this is going to be available for free from the Great Lakes Library website, and we'll probably put a link to it all over the place, or you can bug me on Discord to get it. All right, well, so set the tone means that we're going to have a fight right here.
Right here.
So just highlight it a little bit so we remember. But we're going to start off with a face-off. So that's going to be a 2d10 roll, or a d10 roll for each of us. That's going to be this top number up here. D10. And then we're going to add our offense. So that's a +5 for the Huskies, a +1 for Northern. Matt, let's play hockey.
All right, cool. Do you get honors as D10 for the face-off at home, or is that going to be me?
Go ahead and you roll it.
Okay.
3.
Here we go.
All right, so the puck goes to Michigan Tech. Mark that with a little dot or an asterisk in Michigan Tech's column. and then we're going to roll to see what happens on the play. So basically every minute of the game starts on this table here. You roll 2d10, you're going to get a result that's added up here. And then it's going to identify a line. And we're going to start off with a big hit. So Northern's going to really be trying to set the tone early with a big hit against the Huskies, who have possession of the puck. So, Matt, if you want to roll d6.
Sure.
So you roll a 1. You add your discipline, which is 3, which is a result of 4. And then on the big hit, 6 or less is a penalty. So we start out with a penalty against Northern. So why don't we, and this is one of the cool things of the rulebook here, if we scroll down to it, to the 4v4 rules, when you put together a roster like this, you get to, all the way down here, you get to do a little bit of stat tracking. So you're going to hit that D6 button again, and we'll figure out who what is going to the box.
Sure, here we go.
All right, so a 3. So in the first minute of play, that's going to be your first line on the ice. Basically, a big part of this was trying to make it go as fast as we can. So, really simple. First minute of play, it's your first line. Second minute, it's your second line. Alternate back and forth. At 10 and 20, you use your first line again to show that, you're probably using them a tiny bit more. So a 3 on the D6 means that, if I bring that table back up, 3 means your right defenseman. So that's going to be Pitka going to the box, so we could put 2 penalty minutes. It was a 3 on the D, or can you roll the D10 real quick? 2?
Yeah.
We can figure out what the penalty was. 8, tripping is technically what got called on the ice. So we're going to start off right here with a power play then for the Huskies, which means they get their 5 plus 2 on the face-off. They're more likely to get possession of the puck. It also means, we haven't even gotten to a scoring chance here, and Northern Michigan is already in the box. But when we get to a scoring chance, which is usually a 6 on a D6 roll, it's a 5 or a 6. But we'll start out with the face-off here. Ooh, a 10 and a 10 on the roll, but the modifiers give that one to the Huskies. Now we're going to try this again. A 6. So that is the defense. Northern's defense is a 2 right now. So all the way down here, and instead of it being, if it was a 3, they'd have a breakaway. But instead it's just a regular takeaway for the puck. So go over here. So face-off won by Michigan Tech, but takeaway from Northern. And now we're going to have a fight. So Matt, if you want to roll the D6 on this, because you're the one instigating the fight.
Of course.
So 4, and yep, that is exactly what Northern wanted to do. Fight win. Now, here's where we get to have a little bit of fun, because these are college teams, so they don't really have like an enforcer. Normally, you would just say, okay, we know who's going to be picking the fights on most teams. But here, let's, Matt, why don't we get some analysis in here? Who do we think is squaring up?
I think Tynan New York is the kind of guy that would square up.
Who was that? Tywin New York.
He's right.
I'd buy that. Yeah. So we'll give him a fight win. And who for the Huskies? I'm tempted to say Lepa, but Lepa or Reed?
I think it's probably Lepa.
Lepa. I can see him being that guy. The big long arms.
I don't really see any of them really doing that, but they had to pick one,
He's gonna be he's the kind of guy who just like sticks his arm out and stop the little kid flailing up at him. He's like, I don't want to punch you, but all right. Pretty much, yeah. Cool. So Northern wins the fight, which is exactly what Matt wanted to do, and it's something that again, you can kind of do alternate strategies in this. So um, your game plan changes to rule the ring, which means you keep the +1 here. You also get the +1 for offense. And you get that until I beat you in a fight, which so for these teams we calculated the fight. Again, it's college, so we don't really have great numbers, but I calculated based off of like age and weight and height. It's possible for the Huskies to go back against that, but I don't know if I want to. I'm beating you in every other category, so I might just let it be. But for now, I'm shook. So if I want to get a bonus back to my game plan at all somehow, I would have to either use my timeout or I could wait till the end of the period. That's I'll probably wait for a little bit and see what happens here before I start freaking out. But either way, we're going to go back to the face-off. That also ends up with the... so you get a fight win, I get a fight loss. Do you want to give them penalty minutes? Yeah, we can give them 5. We'll give them 5 minutes each in the box. That does use up the rest of the power play time for the Huskies, so we can mark that down here. 0 for 1 on power play. I don't know if I want to necessarily mark all that, but we know what's happening there. Okay, Matt, do you want to roll the face-off?
Sure. Was that's the D6, right?
That's a D10 plus offense.
I went to the wrong thing. There we go. D10.
All right, so 8. So that'll be another Huskies win the face-off. Let's play some actual hockey now. Oh my goodness. Breakaway for Northern. So this is a scoring chance. So a breakaway, a great shot, or a flurry is all considered a scoring chance. So Matt, you're going to roll the D6, and you're going to try for a 6. So these are... So nothing there. So you just mark a B in the column for yourself. And you get to keep possession of the puck and roll 2d10.
Cool. So you got
18. So that's going to be based off of my goalie, Bartoskevich, whose name is way too long for this. I'm not even going to... You tried. I'm not even going to try with Bartoskevich.
Yeah, no way.
4 ends up on... So that is shot controlled. So you can mark SC here, and that's basically you got another shot off. So you've had 2 shots on goal now, but the puck goes back to, Bartoskevich was able to corral it, play it to the corner, and the Huskies are coming up the ice. 11, so just a regular shot. And this is sort of, big innovation might be a bit of a stretch, but sort of the part of what makes this game play so fast, when you're not explaining every minute of play, is that we basically said, most shots on goal in hockey are pretty routine. They're not. They're things that a goalie of any level is going to just be able to handle, and not even try it, or not even really have to get too far with it. So that's what a regular shot is. But next roll is a 7. Wildcats, who are in the second column, that's their defense. They get a takeaway. So, Matt, if you want to mark a T for takeaway.
Cool. And now we're rolling the D10s?
Yep.
Cool.
And that's a takeaway for the Huskies. The Huskies have a defense of 3. So for takeaway, that doesn't change it all that much for the 7. But you can see, their result, they have like defensive breakdowns and stuff in theirs where the Huskies have chances to do breakaways. So 13. Breakaway going the other way for the Wildcats. So roll d6. Takes a shot. 1. So save made by Bartoskevich. Now you can do the 2d10. 15. So you're on a 2. That puts you at a great shot. So row 15, column 2, great shot. So you get to roll d6 again.
That says it ran unexpectedly, so let's try that again.
And that's a goal. So you can
Let's go.
So you can mark SG. Here I don't have everything set up in this spreadsheet yet, but you can start summing things together. So SG, and why don't you roll? So minute 10, that's also going to be your first line. So why don't you roll d6 and we can figure out who the goal scorer is.
Cool. So it's 2.
2, so that would be 1, 2. That would be Alt Richter. Give him the goal. And then the d10. If you want to roll d10, that'll help us out with who
cool.
got it, a 6. Assisted by the opposite pair. So, if they were lefty, they'd be assisted by the right wingers. So Altrich was the assist came from the 2 goalies. So Argentina and Pitka both tally assists on that one.
Cool.
All right. Oh. 10 minutes into the first period, Huskies have 1 shot on goal. Definitely how we drew it up.
Yeah, this is what everyone expected.
All right, and in this case, so for the face-off, 8 plus 2 for 10 for the Wildcats, 4 plus 4 for 8 for the Huskies. Northern wins a face-off now. So you have the puck, you roll 2d10.
Oh boy.
13. Breakaway. Save made. 18 for your goalie. That's just a shot. Huskies are going to keep possession. 15. That is a shot. Huskies are... There we go. Shot and goal on the natural 20.
There you go.
All right, let's get us on the scoreboard. Look at that. So a 1-14, would be the second line. So that's Tom Lepa getting the goal. So he's got the fight, he's got the goal. Let's get him the Gordy. And then for the assist, so that would be first, second. That's coming from Jack Anderson for the assist. So, yep, assist number 3, that's lefty. All right. So let's get a face-off here. Give the Huskies their goal. Northern with 10. Oh, we're going to re-roll that. Northern with 10. Huskies with 9. So Northern, you can mark an asterisk. Matt?
Cool.
And 2d10.
Yep. 3.
3. So that is... Okay. Let me do some... Another fight. So usually... So something I had to implement, actually, when working on this was that that when you win a fight, I didn't mention this, the next 10 minutes, the fight becomes either a great shot or breakaway based off of who won the fight. But, we're just going to fight again. That seems about right.
Yeah.
You want to do the honors?
Sure.
I feel like this is going to be Northern instigating again because the Huskies scored a goal.
This D6?
Yep, D6.
Okay, here we go.
D6 and Northern with another win. Do we want to see? Is this Do we think this is Lepa and Eric going at it again, or are we gonna change it up?
I don't know. I think these guys got beef at this point.
Yeah. Well, he scored the goal, so like
Yeah, I
you
think it's a
can't.
great time for
You
that.
know, Tom Lepa, Husky hero. So I'm just gonna mark 2 fight losses here. Or, yeah, and then 2 fight wins for you were 10 penalty minutes. All right, and that doesn't really change a whole lot for our things here. So, okay. You want to roll face off?
Let's do it. That's 10, right?
Yep.
Okay. I just rolled it. So that's
Did that roll? 3 and 2?
yeah, I did.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's going to be the Huskies, yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go out and win it on the scoreboard like you're supposed to. 17 Huskies have an offense, so takeaway for Northern. You get the T.
Cool.
All
And
right.
then we're rolling our D10s, right?
Yep. 9.
9.
Takeaway back by the Huskies. 7. Going back the other way for Northern. So another takeaway. You get the 2d10 now.
Yep. All right, we got 10.
10 shot controlled, so you get a shot at least. And
Yeah.
then that's going to go for the last minute of play. 18, which is just going to be a shot. So after 1 period of play, Huskies have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots on goal, and Northern has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 fights. That's about what we expected.
Yeah.
All right, so the good news is,
What do I think is going to happen?
yeah. So at this point, it is intermission, so we both get a chance to change our game plan. You probably aren't going to want to change yours, I'm guessing.
No, I like where we are. I'm having a lot more fun with this than I thought I would.
And then, yeah, when you said Northern, I'm like, are you? You can, Matt can say, I'm like, are you sure?
See, that's the thing. I feel like this feature of the game simply needed to be demoed.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, this part of the game simply needs to be shown to the people. So,
Yeah. Do I just start?
win or lose, I'm having fun with it.
Do I just start stretch passing? Yeah, I'm gonna just start throwing the puck up ice and see what happens. And if I give up a goal, we'll reconsider. But I'm gonna start.
I highlighted the 3rd minute there again to be sure we don't forget.
Well, we don't need to now, because you're
Okay,
ruling the
this is-
rink. You don't want to have another fight. You've beaten
Okay.
my ass twice. You don't want us to stay there. So, all right. So, we'll yeah. The set the tone really only is like 1 fight basically.
Gotcha.
It's when you're intentionally gonna have a fight, early in the game to sort of set that up. All right. So, okay, I'm gonna roll 2d10 to kick off the second.
Cool, here we go.
There you go, Huskies. Big face-off win. 18 for a shot. Maybe now we'll see. Now we've seen what a period with a couple of fights in it looks like and some penalties. But let's I'm curious here if we get a period that just sort of flies by now. With these 2 teams, probably not. So
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a bit of a slog, I'll tell you.
yep. All right. Go ahead and roll. Northern with the puck.
Cool. Here we go. 5.
5. Big hit chance for the Huskies. They have a discipline of 4. 2 plus 4. Now the Huskies take a penalty. Third minute, so that's going to be our first line. Takes it. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be Reed and Andreessen going to the box. And 2 minutes for... I don't quite have the penalty table memorized, but a 7. It's not tripping. Seven is hooking. Alright, yep, so 2 minutes for hooking.
Cool.
So, alright, so go ahead and roll, and you get a plus 2 to your, yeah, part of the macros is it keeps wanting to utilize this box. But go ahead and roll 2d10. Yep, you win the face-off. Go ahead and roll 2d10. 3 fight. I think we're still in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're still in that window from the last fight. So you get to choose, do I get a breakaway or do you get a great shot?
Do you get a breakaway or do I get a great shot?
Yeah,
I'll take the great shot.
Yeah, I think so. So now on a great shot, because you're on the power play right now, you're going to roll d6, and then on a 5 or a 6, you have a 1/3 chance of making this. So go ahead and roll it. Oh, not quite. All right. Next minute of play, 2d10. 14 for you, because you have a 2 in offense. That's just a regular shot. But again, another bonus of the power play is if both your power play results are a shot, the second one gets upgraded to a great shot. So you get to actually roll. And again, trying for a 5 or 6. Nothing.
And 1.
Ooh. Okay, survived there, but some really good looks for the Wildcats. Huskies gotta figure it out. But Northern with the puck.
All right.
D10.
Got 10.
So you get another shot, but Bartoskevich finally gets it out. Prouty clears it up the ice. So put an SC. Seven. Oof, and taken right back by the Wildcats. So go ahead. 11 for a shot, so just an S.
Five for a big hit.
Big hit. All right, let's see. Oh my God, guys. Can we maybe stay out of the box for more than 5 minutes? All right, so that's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on line 9. So that's going to be Trembecki going to the box for, I think that's elbowing. Boarding. 2 minutes for boarding against Trembecki. Oh boy. It doesn't help me that much, but I'm feeling the need to call a timeout, like just from a role play perspective.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna just role play it. So, a timeout lets you, from a mechanic standpoint, if you want to play strictly mechanical, this gives you a +2 to the next face-off to sort of show that you're drawing up a play, and then lets you change your strategy, as your game plan as well. Now, I don't think necessarily I'm going to change my game plan here. So really, this is just negating the +2 bonus that you get for being on the power play from a mechanical standpoint, but from a role play standpoint, something's got to happen here. We have one shot on goal this period, uh, and we're just constantly getting into the box. Gotta get it together, guys. All right. Okay, Matt, if you want to roll the puck, see how the face-off
Cool.
goes. And that actually helped. That definitely that kept it within range because I get a +4 +1. That's 10, 12 from me. For you, that's an 8. So 4 + 2 + 2. So all right. So that the Huskies at least got the face off. We even got a shot while shorthanded. That's not too shabby. But Wildcats get the puck now. So go ahead and roll.
Cool.
8. So that's going to be based off of my defense, which is at a 2, meaning that we're playing such an aggressive game right now with our stretch passing. We give up a great shot, so you get to roll the D6.
And it's a 2.
And it's a 2. So Bartoskevich bailing us out once again.
And I'm rolling the D10 again, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's a 10. Shots controlled.
Shot, so SC for you. Right. And what we're going to do, I've kind of been keeping an eye on this, but the goalies actually do dynamically move up and down. They move up for every 10 saves, and they move down for every goal past 2. So we haven't had any move down, but we might be at a point now where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 saves for Bartoskevich. So Bartoskevich has moved up to a 5 on goaltending. He's settled into his groove now. And I'm gonna let you pronounce Northern's goalie's name.
Oliver I. Young Ashton. You can just call him OA.
OA. All right. Okay. It has made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 saves, so he hasn't quite gotten his bonus yet. All right, Huskies with the puck. 8. So a great shot for the Huskies. Save made. They maintain possession. 13 breakaway for Northern. Go ahead and roll that D6. 2 saved by Bartoskevich. All right, but you have the puck.
All right, so that's another D10.
Yep.
Cool.
15. For you, that is a great shot. So you get to roll.
It's a 3, which is just a shot.
Yep. But maintain possession. 9.
Takeaway.
Huskies finally cleared the zone. Big hit for Northern, so if you want to roll D6.
4.
Hey, we finally got a big hit that wasn't a penalty. So this gets marked with an H. If we want to roll to see who landed that hit, that would be a member of your first line. That's up to you. 5, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be all Richter getting a hit. So they're doing it for him. Okay, if you want to roll the dice. 3. And we're fighting again.
Let's go.
Oh, boy.
This is another D6, correct?
Yep, and we tied. So I don't really have a rule for this yet. This is something Matt and I probably will have to talk about. But I rolled
the D6 like you're right. But yeah.
Yeah. But I've sort of like when I like think of the canon for my own league, if you roll a tie and you have to re-roll the fight, it becomes a line brawl. So, we had a big old fight there. But look, the Huskies have turned the tables on that. So now Northern is shook. No. That's something we probably should talk about too. Is that I've ruled the rink works well. I've thought about calling it head on a swivel. What the like forced game plan after you lose a fight. Uh, so that's but something to show that you're sort of looking over your shoulder now. That's a little bit wordy, but
Yeah, I think Shook is fine.
yeah. Then okay, so want to see who. All right, 18-minute. Who do you think this time? Is there two guys again trying to get kicked out of the game, or I think for the Huskies, Sardarian has gone back to his old ways a little bit. Uh,
Sure. Let's give him a fight with Galt though.
yeah. Okay, so we'll give Sardarian has the fight, and then Galt. Yeah. Okay, so all right, so you're shook. You could take the timeout right now to not let it happen, but I think I would just weather the storm
Yeah, we've only got
and
2 minutes left in the
get
period.
out.
We'll try to,
Yeah, let's get out of the period. All right, so
let's just get everyone back to the room.
11, Nate. So Huskies win the puck. 13, but a breakaway. They're eager to get down the ice, and they botch a pass. Northern cut in the other way. If you want to roll your d6.
Cool. There's the 6.
And there. Oh God. All right, so we're gonna do another new rule here. We're gonna talk about challenges. So each team gets a challenge, and I know challenges are not like this is one of the fascinating things about working on a game like this is challenges. They're like in hockey, they're not anyone's favorite part of the game to watch, but for a game like this where you're trying to get like the strategy of like when coaches use things and the strategy for using your challenge is a big deal. And the way that we sort of emulate that in Top Line is, we emulate it like this in Top Line and in Universal, is that based off of how the goal was scored, you have a better or worse chance. So where's challenges in the rulebook? Challenges. So, challenges, it's a d6 roll. If it's just a regular shot on goal, you have to get a 6 in order to get in order to be successful on the challenge. For a breakaway, it's a 5 because there's some potential for offsides there on the pass. And then for a flurry of goals, which we haven't had a flurry yet, it's on a 4+ looking for goalie interference. So I'm going to spend my challenge. This could result in us going to a penalty. 5-6 overturned.
Dang.
Overturned. That ain't happening. Not in my house. Challenge going the Huskies' way. That's the least realistic part of this game. All right, face off. Huskies win it. 19, that's going to be based off of the goalie. Is your goalie finally at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? 8 saves, not quite there yet. So Northern's goalie is at 18, or it was at a 3. So on a 19, it is a shot controlled, but that doesn't matter because the horn sounds and we're going to the locker room. After 2 periods, your score is Michigan Tech Huskies 1, Northern Michigan Wildcats 1. Huskies with 8 shots on goal. Northern with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 shots on goal. So Northern, this is I have 2 words right now in my head that are just blaring in neon signs. Road game.
Yeah.
Because I think they're getting away with it. All right. So you have a chance to change your game plan to something. You could change it back to set the tone and try to pick up one more fight. here,
Let's see.
or you might start thinking maybe we just need to. And here's the thing to think is that on this is part of like knowing your team, knowing your knowing your strategies and knowing your opponent is that you're limited between 1 and 5 for your stats.
Yeah.
So like for you, if you take stretch pass or jump and chase, that's just a +1 because you have a 1 in offense and a 1 defense. You can't go any lower. So
That's why I'm thinking for the
yeah,
third, I'm going to switch to the details. I think we're going to try to win our face-offs and try to get going that way.
that could be it too. So yeah, you seem to be fine when you get the puck on your sticks. So maybe just starting out
Once
there.
we have the puck, but the problem is we're running into Bardo, so maybe if we get a few more wins, we'll see if we make something happen here.
So what you could do there for that too is there's a strategy. Um, that's something that we've experimented with as a strategy for if you get a lot of shots in a row, eventually they're going to start turning into chances, which could be a benefit here. But uh, that was pucks on. I think we changed that one up a little bit. So anyway, if you want to, so you're going to do details, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to change that for you. For us to remember, so you're going to be a +3 on the faceoffs. The Huskies are still a +5 on it. You want to roll the puck to start the first or start the third?
Yep. Or it's face-off D6 or D10?
D10. D10 for the
Okay, yeah.
faceoff, D6 for the fights.
Cool. Just rolled it for the face-off.
Okay, so 4 plus 5 for a 9, 6 plus 1 plus 2 for a 9. We're going to re-roll that. Oh.
Sorry, we can use this one.
Yeah, we'll keep 4 and 1. So that's a 9 and a 4. So Michigan Tech with the win. An immediate breakaway again. So go ahead and roll.
2, so you got out.
Yep, Bardo with the save. Alright, go ahead and roll the puck.
15.
15 for you. So now this is the trouble with being at a 1 is that your really starts to work against you. So that's a takeaway for the Huskies. Now we're gonna get our fight anyway. Well, no, because so if you like initiate a fight does happen, but in this case it goes to the fact that we had a fight in the last 10 minutes. The Huskies are still riding that high even through the intermission, so they're going to take a great shot. And there's the goal for the Huskies. Putting them on the board. So if you choose to challenge this, it would be trying to roll just a hard 6. I don't know if that's
Right.
that's a coach's decision.
I'm going to do it.
All right.
Let's see. Oh,
No.
nice.
So, and that's your timeout too.
Yep.
All right. So let's see. I'm gonna roll to see who scored. So 10 is unassisted. 10 is either unassisted or if you want to play with like the goalie makes assists, we could give the point to Bardo. As for the goal scorer, that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reed and Andreessen, unassisted. All right. I'm going to face off again. Script is running. Huskies with the win on the face off. 11 for a shot. $12 for a shot. 10 for a shot. But this one, OA does play it behind his net. Northern's going to come back with it.
All right, here we go.
12.
12. Got a shot. 7.
7. Huskies are playing with at a level 4 now. So they get a takeaway. And breakaway then for Northern. D6.
There we go. That's a 2.
Save made. I do think that this does bump OA up, by the way. Survey keeping an eye on. He's made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 saves now. So he's bumped up. If he gives up another goal, he'll move back down to normal. But okay. Anyway, you can roll 2D.
Cool. 19.
19. So Bartoskevich, who's on fire, takes the puck. Shot. 7. Going back the other way. So, actually 7. That's right. You're down to a 1 now. So that's a flurry of shots for us, for the Huskies. So on a flurry, first we roll to see if there's. This counts as 3 shots on goal. So first we roll to see if any of them went in. None of them did. OA did stop them all. Now on this next minute, if I get another shot, basically I've hemmed you into the zone. If I get another shot, it turns into a great shot, regardless of what it is. And if you get a breakaway, you still get the puck and move it out, but it's only just a takeaway.
Okay.
Yeah. So 16. That is the Huskies are at a 5 now for offense, so that is a great shot. But OA is up to the task. So now, as we get closer here, once you get possession of the puck and want to pull the goalie, the way that works is after we do, we resolve the 2d10 roll on the game table, you get to roll the d6 again. And on a 1, it's an empty netter that goes into your own net. On a 6, the extra attacker scores. So that's how that works. And then if I were to get possession of the puck and take a shot, it's a 2+ to see if I score.
Cool.
So that's knowing Matt, I'm actually a little bit surprised that we have not had to talk about pulling the goalie yet. But
we were getting to be about time. You brought it up at the correct spot, but I am a big fan of the early goalie poll for first time.
And in these, part of the thing when you do these minute by minute games for hockey, you tend to pull a tiny bit earlier than you would in real life, just in general. So
this probably is in my field of thought about time.
Yeah. I mean, because think about it. Realistically, we only have 6 we have 7 rolls left. Actually 6, because you just got a breakaway on that one. So you're going to roll your d6 first to resolve the breakaway, and then you'll have possession of the puck. All right, it does not go in. You have possession of the puck now. Does OA get the nod from the bench?
He does get the nod from the bench.
Okay.
It is now empty back there.
All right, so you are going to roll your d6 again. All right, well, you get a shot. All right, so we'll mark here, pulled goalie. Okay. All right, so now you roll a game minute like normal, but basically after we resolve the minute, you get your thing. So 16, it's a takeaway for the Huskies. So never mind. Now you're gonna hope that I mess it up again, but nope, it's a shot. 90 to 2 or higher. No! Huskies miss the open net. 12. Miss it again. 10. There they go. All right, there's the empty netter. So, empty net goal for the Huskies. at 18, so that's going to be the second line scoring that one. That is Tom Leppa with 1 empty net goal. Second goal of the evening. And then a 4, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Tyler Miller picks up the apple on that. All right, is he going back in, or how are we playing the last?
I'll just leave him out at this point, I feel.
Yeah, okay. Huskies with the puck. Puck luck. Hey, we got a chance to talk about this. Otherwise, we're going to have to. So, 2 on the table is puck luck, and this is one of my favorite aspects of it. It's still a little bit under construction in the rulebook, but we'll show it off anyway, because I'm really excited to talk about this. But basically, this is a staple of a lot of tabletop games, is having a table of extraordinary events. And in Universal Hockey, we're going to call it puck luck. And I built a little one here just to get us started, but the idea is that this is also going to be sort of how you would separate we're playing a college hockey game, or like, a Federal League game, or an ECHL game from like an NHL game or an Olympic game. So we have a couple of different tables here we're planning on having. We might even add more depending on how the Kickstarter goes. Based off of, do we want to have like a rivalry night where there's just going to be a ton of fights and penalties? Is it, is this a professional game where we have, like the game's just going so fast, crazy physics happens? Is this a game at like just a local barn and you have like lights randomly going out, or, the puck will fly out of play and break the scoreboard? But in this case, I just threw together a quick table for us to get a feel for it. On a 15, ricochet, so this is an empty net goal, but it's on a ricochet bounce. So could this maybe be an own goal? Do we think, Matt?
It could be.
Where, Northern's trying to, they get possession of the puck, they're trying to figure out what to do with it and dangle it into their own net.
I'd say it's in the world of possibility.
Yeah, that'd be a rough way to end it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine in real life? That would. Sorry, I have to think for a minute now. I have to. Happy thoughts here. All right. Well, let's get this last clock minute done. Huskies win the puck. Huskies put it. Yeah, we'll. It could be a goal, but in this case, the Huskies get the puck. They take the shot. If the goalie wasn't in, it probably would have gone in. Or either way,
I would put them back in at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we'll say that was a shot. Yep. And we have our final here: the Michigan Tech Huskies 4, Northern Michigan Wildcats 1. Final shots on goal. Huskies 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23 for the Huskies. And for the Wildcats, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So a little bit low scoring, but not out of the realm of possibilities. Who are your 3 stars, Matt?
For this game, just in general?
This game, yeah.
I think we've got to give one to Leppa for sure.
Yeah, I would say Leppa.
He's our first star for sure.
Yep.
I'll give Alt Richter in third as our token Wildcat.
Yeah, I was gonna say Alt Richter. I think, like, only 1 goal, but he definitely, with that 1 hit indicating, he was showing up on the ice. Even in those weird, not necessarily a score sheet situation.
And I think your second starter is Reed Andreessen.
Yeah, I'll give it to Reed. So
That seem about right to you?
That I like it. So that's sort of the fun.
Yeah.
So okay. So yeah, and that was a game. So we were stopping to explain things along the way, so it took a bit longer than usual, but yeah, that's how that last period sort of just flew by, even with a couple of empty netters. So okay, we could have seen who got this last empty net goal. What would be? Oh, Andreessen got the empty netter, so that definitely checks out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Matt.
Of course, it was a great time.
Yep, and thank you all for sticking with us, and we hope you back Universal Hockey and come join us on Discord, and we'll see you playing more of the game. Take care.